So I loved how this chapter opened up in the sense that when Naruto noticed that Sarada's Sharingan awakened, he's like, oh, that's Sharingan. And then Sarada saying, you know what? I'm not gonna return to the village. I'm not gonna go back home. I'm just gonna go do things on my own. Thanks for everything. Peace the fuck out. And Naruto grabs that bitch and says, listen, we don't need another Obito. We don't need another Madara. And we sure as fuck don't need another Sasuke. You ain't going nowhere. To me, that was just hilarious. Like, obviously that wasn't what was implied, but I mean, I even said this last week. Sarada is just showing the steps of becoming that psychomaniac that Obito was, that Sasuke almost became, and what Madara surely was. I mean, to me it was hilarious. I know that wasn't what Naruto was thinking at the time, but deep down in his thoughts, he realized the amount of shit this woman can give him in the future if he lets her go. He's like, listen bitch, you staying right here! And then we get a little bit of a flashback, you know, going back into Naruto's past, how he didn't really have any blood relatives, but he was still able to make a family from the friends that he did have. And one thing I was actually surprised with, Kishi actually used his old art style that he used, you know, back in the very, very early years of Naruto, where it looked very, very cartoonish. And it's weird because normally when Kishi does a flashback chapter where he shows panels from, like, you know, the past, he always redraws them so that they fit the art style he uses now. But in the panels where it was showing Naruto back when he was with Iruka Sensei, it was, I don't know, I felt like it was nice to see that old art style again. It was just, it felt kind of almost out of place a little bit. It's nothing too major, like I'm not disappointed by it. I just found it really interesting. You know what, with Naruto had like more zany, crazy hair, the facial features were more cartoony. It was a different art style. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, just look up a scan or look up in your local bookstore, look up the old Naruto volumes and look through everything up until I'd say the Sasuke retrieval arc, because I think that's when Kishi started changing his art style to make it fit more like it is today. But I don't know, kind of interesting. And Sarada gained the most development out of this chapter, saying, hey, you don't need relatives to have people who love you in your life. You know, my mom is clearly not technically my real mom, but she's shown me all the love that a mom could ever give, and I should appreciate that. And that's basically what Naruto's telling her. He's basically saying, hey, I kind of lived the life that you're having right now. I had no one. I had no relatives whatsoever. But I was able to make a family out of the people that I had nearby, out of the true friends that I had. And look at me now. 7th Hokage, bitch! Started from the bottom, now we're here. I swear, Sasuke just screaming at them, where have you guys been? Knowing that his daughter knows nothing of what the fuck is going on. And he's just saying, come on guys, we don't got time for this sentimental bullshit. We gotta go catch this motherfucker, save my wife, and end this possible next 5th Shinobi War, whatever the fuck is going on. And Naruto ain't having it. He's like, bitch, you, I'm talking to you later. After all this is done, we're gonna have a little talk, you and me, and you're gonna be a father to this girl, because I've been more of a father than you ever have been. And Naruto just speaking the truth. He's speaking the truth. And Sasuke's tomas inside of, you know, his Rinnegan eye are actually coming back. I'm wondering if it has to go into like a dormant state for a little while, because they said that his powers weakened and his tomas just came back. So I'm wondering, does it have like a brief cool-off time? Has he been using it recently? I just want a little more insight on that. And the usual Sasuke and Naruto banter. I always love that. Sasuke trying to be the cool motherfucker, and then Naruto's like, bitch, stop it. Stop. And Chocho being there, being Chocho, just, hey, your dad's cool, Sarada, the 7th's cool, my dad, he's fat. What do I do? And then finally at the end of the chapter, we see that Sakura didn't go through with the operation. Not surprising at all given the circumstances, but apparently you see, like, you know, the little onion head guys, you know, the weird ass looking Shins, you know, we'll just call them onion heads for now. They're just like, they're holding a shuriken towards, they're holding this giant shuriken looking thing towards Sakura, and it just looks awkward to control, to be honest. I'm looking at it like, I mean, what's wrong with the kunai knife? I mean, I don't know, to me it just looked very odd. They're basically holding it like this towards her, and it's like, how do you maneuver that thing? How the fuck do you even use that? But anyways, Daddy Shin being the typical asshole, saying, I hate you peace-loving queers, and I want to kill you all so that, you know, what the fuck ever, because peace is lame and shit. I mean, okay, that's cool, I guess. And Saga's about to beat some ass. So, yeah. Overall, this chapter wasn't as, you know, big as the other ones these past few weeks, but there's progression. You can't argue with that. There's progression. Sarada's already realizing, because at the end of the last chapter, Sarada's like, you know, fuck my family, I don't want anything to do with them. And now in this chapter, she's like, you know what? They're not my real family. My mom's not my real mom, but you know what? I'm still gonna go through with this. I'm gonna go save her. So progression in that part. Sasuke, Naruto, and the rest are actually going in to find out where Shin is and basically kill him or do talk no jutsu to him, especially with Naruto. He's gonna do talk no jutsu to have him realize, hey, you're fucked up, but let's be friends, shake hands and kiss, and then peace, love, and war all over again. But yeah, that's about it for this chapter. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. Do you think in the next few chapters, hopefully, because I think we only have 2 more chapters, I believe. I could be wrong. The reason why I'm speculating that is because there was a recent listing for Naruto Gaiden, you know, the volume, and the thing is there wasn't a volume 1 title on it. So that being said, we might only get 1 volume of Naruto Gaiden, and if that's the case, you know, it makes sense that there's no, like, you know, volume 1 title on it. It's just, you know, 1 volume. And if that's the case, we probably had 2 chapters left. This is chapter 700 plus 8 or 708. So I'm guessing we might have 2, 3 more chapters at most. So yeah, just let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Did you enjoy this chapter? Are you glad that Sarada is actually getting character development this quick, mind you, this quick? And honestly, I want to ask you guys, what do you think of Kishimoto's art styles? Like, I don't know if he did this on purpose to show like how much he's progressed since his early days up until now. Because I'm telling you, every time when he's on a flashback chapter or flashback panels, he always redraws, you know, stuff from part 1 Naruto. If it was his old art style, he always redraws them to fit the art style now. But in this chapter, he just copy and pasted the art panels from, you know, volume 1 or the early chapters of Naruto into this one. And you can definitely tell that by looking at the art style. Just take a look at them. I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know if it was just laziness, but let me know what you all think in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, if you could drop me a like, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, I will love you forever, people. And as always, stay beautiful.